Good afternoon, writers. I want to talk a little bit today about digging deep when you write. I can dig deep and write detailed sentences. If I do, my audience will know more about my topic. Not only will your audience know more about your topic, but they might find it more interesting. Take, for example, my sentences here. I dug a little hole of a sentence and it said George Washington was a president. You're going to be writing a research paper here in a couple of weeks, starting it at least, here in a couple weeks. And when you do that, this type of sentence might be a topic sentence for one of your paragraphs. But is that the best sentence that you can write? Or could you dig a little deeper and maybe write something like George Washington was the first president of the United States of America? That gives you a little more detail and variety to your sentences. Now, if we dig even deeper, you might say that George Washington was the first person to be elected President of the United States of America in 1789. All of these sentences are true sentences, and they're all fairly good. If you notice, the one that I didn't dig quite as deep on is a good sentence, but it's not a great sentence. It gets better on the second, and the third is the strongest sentence by far. Now, when we write, we want a variety of sentences, so you don't always want all sentences to look exactly like the third sentence, but you want several of them too, so that as you write, it becomes more interesting for your reader. I want you tomorrow, as your assignment, think about what you wrote today about Pompeii. Remember, we're working on responding to nonfiction. So we read some nonfiction articles about Pompeii today. You were able to write. Some of you wrote great responses to the question I asked you about the main idea and supporting details. Tomorrow, when we have language arts time and writing time, I want you to open up your reader's response notebook and read over what you wrote today and think about it and see if you could dig deeper on a few sentences and underline those sentences, and then you might go down at the bottom and rewrite them. I'll remind you of these directions, but that's what you're going to do. So I want you to kind of think tonight about what you wrote today. And then when you come in at language arts time, you'll get that out and start working. I'll remind you of the directions, though. So you don't really have an assignment tonight except to think about what you did today. But you will need to turn in a password. So please put your name on a small piece of paper, not too small, some of you, and the password. And the password today is going to be shovel. The password is shovel. Remember, it will not count if you don't have your name on it, because we want to make sure we save time. This will be for a classroom point as well. So please write shovel and your name on a piece of paper and put it in the bucket when you see me for the first time tomorrow. Remember, be thinking about digging deep tonight, and we'll see you all in the morning. Have a great night.